Good day and welcome to today's History 60 Inner Circle Hangout. My name is Joseph Sule and I'm the manager of the Fish for Life History 60 Inner Circle Hangout Club. And welcome to today's training. Now, last week we talked about webinar presentations, why it is a very key strategy for every digital entrepreneur. And I remember also telling us last week that a good webinar presentation begins with the awareness. And the awareness begins with your flyers, with your posters that you create and put on your social media handles rather, to, to create awareness and tell people that a certain webinar is coming up and it's coming up on this day, it's coming up by so time, and this is the topic for discussion at that webinar. Now, I remember we talked about the need to have a very clear, well-defined poster, well-designed poster, using good colors, using contrasting colors, so that if your font has a color, the background should have a contrasting color, so that when you put the font on the background, the font will stand out. When it stands out, it is easier for people to read and get the information on the flyer. The flyer is there to pass information. It's not just there to look beautiful. So yes, we want a flyer that looks beautiful, but we also want a flyer that performs the task of passing information, because it is the information that the people will use to come and access your webinar. If the link is not clear, the people cannot copy the link and follow it through. If your QR code scan code is not clear, the people cannot scan it with their phone or devices and join your webinar room. Okay? If the people cannot read the topic for your webinar, they might not want to come around because they don't know what the webinar is all about. But a very interesting topic will arouse their interest and they'll see that, oh, okay, I think my needs will be met in this webinar. So they'll want to come around. So last week we designed a very beautiful flyer for our webinar. Today we are going to go into the webinar presentation design itself, that is using PowerPoints to help us present our webinar. So we're going to do some PowerPoint design and you will see some key elements of design that I'll bring into this PowerPoint presentation so that it will help your sustain the interest of your viewers. There are presentations at the moment the people come in and spend just 5-10 minutes because of how boring the graphic is, because of how boring the presentation is. They want to leave immediately. But if you have a very interesting presentation, trust me, the people will want to stay for the next 30 minutes, 1 hour, possibly even 2 hours with you, because everything is adding value to their time. Okay? All right. So I'm going to start sharing my screen now. And then I will share my entire screen today so that you can see me move from one application to another as we design the PowerPoint slides. So first things first, I am going to go to ChatGPT and I'll start a new chat. Okay, and this is the new chat. So I'll go back to Canva just to remember what we designed. This is it. This is what we designed last week, the last class. I'm going to pick the name of the webinar. Then I'll use the name of the webinar to ask ChatGPT to help me come up with contents for this PowerPoint presentation. And this is the name of the webinar. It's still downloading. How to help boys deal with bullying. How to help boys deal with bullying. So I'll come to ChatGPT and give it a prompt and say, I want you a 6-hour presentation. You can tell ChatGPT the amount of PowerPoint presentation slides you want. Okay? it's a short webinar like this one is about 30-40 minutes maximum. 6 PowerPoints could do, 8 PowerPoints could do, 10 could do. But if it's an hour PowerPoint webinar presentation, an hour and a half, even 2 hours, you might need more PowerPoint slides because you don't want to settle on one slide and keep talking and talking and talking. You want to bring in motion into your presentation. So because this is a small PowerPoint, a short PowerPoint presentation, I'll tell ChatGPT, I want you to create a 6 PowerPoint presentation slides for the webinar titled How to Help Boys. What was the title? They want let me just go back and confirm again. How to help boys deal with bullying. Okay, how to help boys deal with bullying. Okay, that's the title. Then additionally, I'll tell ChatGPT this. Give me a simple, clear prompt that I can give Gemini. Help me create a picture for each slide. Okay. Right. So with this, I will tell ChatGPT get to work. So I'm expecting ChatGPT to create 6 PowerPoint presentation slides for me, and a prompt for each slide that I can give Gemini to help me generate a picture. Because it will be good for you to have a picture for each slide, okay, so that your presentation does not become boring. And then having pictures side by side with text messages also help. This is research proven that having text messages side by side pictures help people to understand the content even better. Okay. So I'll just go to what ChatGPT has given me. Remember, it can make mistakes. It's not perfect. I just need to be sure that the contents are making sense to me and to my presentation. If not, I can always prompt ChatGPT, change this. I'm not okay with this. So let's see. Let's see. Bullying can be physical, verbal, social, or online. All right. All right. Teach boys is okay to talk about feelings. That's slide 4, slide 5, slide 6. All right. So I can see the prompts there also. All right. Okay. And let me look at slide 1. Slide 1. How to help boys deal with bullying. Good. That's the title. And then understanding the challenge, equipping the boys with emotional and practical tools, building confidence, resilience, and support. Okay. Now, at this point, if I want, I can generate a new image for the title slide, or I can bring in my webinar poster and replace it. But I think I'll create a new slide entirely. So let me open my PowerPoint now. Before then, I'll copy the title. This is the title. I'll highlight it and Control C. Then go to my PowerPoint and I will drop the title here. And then I'll highlight the title, give it some shadow for just effect, make it bold, perhaps change the color to red. The text, maybe I want a very bold text like this, Arial Black. So I'll select Arial Black. And it says how to help boys deal with bullying. Okay, good. So this looks bold enough for me. I'll go back to ChatGPT. I trust you are seeing my screen as I move from one app to another, from one website to another, and then copy the content text. Come back to PowerPoint and drop it there. All right. Now my content looks very small. So I'll highlight it and increase the size. 28, let's see. We want to increase it some more. Okay, now this is good. So what I'll do next is to pull the title up. And this is one thing I've observed with most of us. Our um, PowerPoint slides usually have a lot of space around them. You don't need to keep the space for anything. You are not saving it for anything. So always utilize your space. The bigger your fonts, the easier it is for your people to read it when you are presenting. Okay? The bigger your picture, the easier it is for them to see when you are making your presentation. So I'm going to move this. By the way, each text is always in a box. And the box, you will see some notes. We call these notes something like a circle. 4 of them by the corners of the box, and then additional 4 by the sides of the box. They help you increase or decrease or move the text from one place to another. So I'm going to pull the entire text this way and move it to the extreme end left-hand side of the presentation space. Then I will hold the note by the corner up there and pull it up, okay, this way. I can now increase the font size. Okay, 44 looks too big, so maybe let me make it 42 and see. All right, looks like 42 is good, or perhaps 41, so that it doesn't compete with the main title. All right, I think this is good. Now, there's a space here. What am I saving this space for? My pictures. You can guess right now. I'm saving it as a place where I will drop my picture. So to get my picture, I will go back to Chat GPT and look at the prompt it gave me for Gemini. It says illustration of a confident young schoolboy standing tall with supportive adults and classmates around him, positive and hopeful mood. Classroom or school background, bright natural colors, realistic style. So I'll copy this because it looks good. It agrees with what is in my mind. And then I'll come to Gemini and I will drop the prompt in Gemini, ask Gemini to go ahead and generate the picture. And I'm expecting the picture in realistic style because of the prompt suggested by ChatGPT. If I do not want it in realistic style, that I can simply tell Gemini, give it to me in a cartoon form, or give it to me in Pixar style illustration, animation generation, wherever. That is okay. All right, so now this is the picture generated by Gemini. Sorry, it's down there. And here is the school board. And I like this, a mixture of black boys and white boys, interracial. And I can see teachers there, a male teacher, a female teacher. And this, the classroom setting is bright. Okay. And yes, this is a classroom setting. I can see books, I can see shelves. All right. So with this, I'm ready to go. Now I'll just copy this picture, copy the image. Copying. Okay, it's copied. So next thing, I'll come back to PowerPoint and then Control B. And here is the picture. But the picture is too big. It's touching the top of my presentation space all the way to the bottom. And it is covering my title heading. It is covering my content text. So what I will do is to pull it by one of the knots at the corners and pull it down. And as I do this, it reduces the size of the picture. And I want the site to kind of like flow with the text. So I'll pull this to the side here and drop it. Okay. So now the top of the picture is flowing with the top of the text. The bottom of the picture flows with the bottom of the text. I think I am good. And next thing I want to do is pull the text box to touch the picture so that I can minimize that space or maximize that space. But you observe that I still have space now at the top and at the bottom compared to where the picture is occupying. It's no problem. So I will select the text and increase the size. Okay, maybe to 42. And let's see. The 42 is too small. I'll make it 43. Okay, looks like 43 is perfect. Okay, so at least I have my text font looking quite big and legible. The picture is also big and legible. The title is big and legible. Everything looks good. Okay, the next thing, I'll come out of the design area and touch the slide here, that is to the left hand side, and then right click it and ask it to duplicate the slide for me. Good. There's a reason why I'm saying duplicate, because I still want to use the same title for the next slide, for the next presentation. The same formatting for the title, for the content title, and the same spacing for the picture. If I ask PowerPoint to just give me a new slide, it will give me a new slide, 16:9 ratio, but it won't give it to me formatted. See, it will give it to me blank. And then when I bring in my contents, I'll have to format them all the way again in order to make them uniform with the previous slides. Now, when you are making a presentation, you want your slides to be uniform. Okay, you want it to be uniform. Too much graphics will run you into trouble. Rather than people concentrating on your content, they'll be concentrating on the graphics. And by the time you do your call to action, you are now advertising your book, advertising your webinar, advertising your course, dropping your bank account details. They might not even see it or remember it because they were busy looking at the graphics. Okay? So you need to strike a balance. Good graphics, good content, and no one should overshadow the other. Okay, so now I am ready to work on the second slide. That is to change this title here, to change the bullet point presentation, as well as change the picture or illustration. So I'll go back to PowerPoint, sorry, to ChatGPT. And where is slide number 2? It is here. What's the title? Understanding bullying. So I'll copy the title, Understanding Bullying, by highlighting it, and then I do Control C. Then I come back to PowerPoint and I'll select the entire title because I'm going to replace it. But observe this. This title is formatted. It has effects. The title has shadow. The fonts have color. If I do Control V directly, this is what happens. It removes the title and brings in the title that I have copied, the new title I have copied from ChatGPT with the formatting from ChatGPT and drop it here. And this is extra work because it means I'll have to change the color of this, change the font style. This is Calibri. The other one was Arial Black. I have to give it color. This takes time. I'll Control Z. So if I don't want to go through that long process, I just want it to drop the new title already looking red, bold, centrally justified. and using Arial black font style, I will come to this paste here, go to the home tab, touch the paste option, then go to this one that has this jotter with the A there. And this is telling me that I have the liberty of importing the text without the formatting from where it is coming from. So I am telling my PowerPoint, please drop the text for me, but disregard the format that I am picking it from. Use the format that is right now on the PowerPoint slide. So this is what will happen. To drop it using the current format, which is red color, Arial black with shadow. See? So that way I am good to go. I don't need to go back and start formatting the heading all over again. So I'm going to go back to ChatGPT, copy my content. This is the content that is explaining understanding bullying. And then I come back to PowerPoint. I like my content presentation and simply drop it there. Oh, sorry. Got to drop it. Okay. So because I disregarded the formatting there, it has mixed everything up, but it's no problem. All I have to do is to separate each point with a paragraph, and my bullet points still remain. How about the picture? And simply, I must replace it. So I'll go back to ChatGPT, pick the prompt that ChatGPT gave me to give Gemini, and this is the prompt. It says an educational illustration showing different types of bullying, teasing, exclusion, and online messages in a school setting, respectful and non-violent, and all of that. So I'll copy the prompt, go to Gemini, drop the prompt there, and task ChatGPT to go ahead. Please, if at any point in time you are not seeing my screen or hearing my audio, please let me know. Okay, because it's important that you receive my audio as well as my screen. Okay, so this is it. Okay, types of bullying. I can see teasing. I can see exclusion. The boy is just out of the circle. They send him away. Don't want to mingle with him. Online messages. Okay, so if I'm okay with this, I'll come up here and copy the image. Okay, once the image is copied into the clipboard, I will now come to my PowerPoint and I'll Control B. And the image will come in looking big again, like the other one. So I'll need to resize it. And I want to resize it to exactly the size of the previous image I imported so that everything looks uniform. And to help me do that, I'll touch on the previous image. As soon as I touch it, observe to the right-hand side of your screen, uppermost corner. There in the picture tools template, you will see the size of the picture. This is a square picture. So I can see the size here as 12.05 centimeter in height, 12.05 centimeter width. So I'll come back, touch my new picture. It will also display with its own size, but its own size is 19.05 by 19.05. So all I need to do is to change the sizing to 12.05 like the previous one and enter it. And there you go. It's the same size now with the previous picture. See? So now I can delete the previous one and replace it with this one and just put it where it used to be. And that is it. So slide number 2 is ready now. I have my title very big and bold in red color. I have my points big and bold and legible as well. And I have my picture to go with it. So I'll touch the slide, right click and say duplicate. Now I am building my slides, and this is how you build your slide from 1 to 2 to 3, depending on the presentation. Some presentations even have up to 30 slides, and that is how you build up. You create each slide one after the other. There is no rush work in PowerPoint presentation slides, because you want each slide is designed for a specific reason, to pass a specific message. And then the general objective is that you get people converted at the end of your presentation. That is what you want to do. As whether a blogpreneur or a bookpreneur or a videopreneur or a YouTubepreneur, whatever it is, at the end of the day, you want a situation where people will do your call to action, whether they'll go buy your book or subscribe to your YouTube channel or subscribe to your music or subscribe to your digital club or wherever it is. Okay, that's the general objectives. And to achieve the general objectives, each PowerPoint must pass a specific message, must achieve a specific objective. That is why you must take your time to craft each slide very well. Now let's go back to Chat GPT. We'll pick the third slide. And this is the third slide. It is titled Encouraging Emotional Expression. So I'll copy the title, then I'll come back to my PowerPoint. Then I'll select the title in the PowerPoint and tell it, please paste it, just the text only. Disregard the formatting. And here we go, encouraging emotional expression in red font, in big bold Arial text with shadow. Okay, and I'll go back to PowerPoint, pick the bullet point presentations, come back to PowerPoint, highlight the ones there and simply replace them. Sorry, and replace them, and then insert my paragraph to create my bullet points. Okay. Next thing, I want to remove this and change it. What's the size again? Remember, the moment we touch the picture, we will get the size. Okay. But remember, the last size we used was 12.05. Okay. So I will go back to Chat GPT and pick the prompt for slide 3 that I will use on Gemini, and then drop it on Gemini. So let's go, Gemini. It's creating the scene, the illustration based on the prompt. Please always ask ChatGPT to help you, give you the prompt to use Gemini, because it understands Gemini better than you. So it will give you a prompt that at least 90% of the time will help you, or even 98% of the time, to get a picture that is relevant. Sometimes you giving Gemini your own prompt directly might not always work out. So copy the image. As soon as the image is copied, I'll come to ChatGPT and to PowerPoint and then paste the image and change the dimension from 19.05 to 12.05. Then I can delete the previous one and I can replace the previous one with the new picture. And there you go. Okay, so let's go back to the first one and then let's create the slideshow and see. Aha, this is the first text, the intro text. slide. See, I go to the next one. See, everything looking uniform. See, everything looking sweet. Now I'm sure you can see the heading. You can see the bullet points, and you can see the pictures too. See how everything is looking just all right. Okay? So that's how you create your PowerPoint slide presentations. Let me escape this. And then let me duplicate this slide. Okay? And there's something else I want to show us now. Now I want to insert a video. Okay? I want to insert a video. And to insert a video, I need to take all of these text things out. There's a reason why. Okay? If I leave them, my PowerPoint becomes very heavy. So I can remove this because I want to bring in a video. Why a video? And this is important. Okay. It will be good for you to have videos in your webinars, in your presentation. Not every presentation will require a video, but it is good to always have videos in as much presentations as possible. Videos of what, by the way? Videos promoting your digital products. That's the videos I'm talking about. Not videos promoting points in your PowerPoint. For that one, I don't think it's important. You are there talking already. You have text on display. You have pictures. I don't think you really need a video, except if it is a unique presentation. But by now, for you as Inner Circle members, having gone through so many of our trainings, I expect that you know how to create a video promo now. So you can make video promos of your courses, video promos of your digital club sites, video promos of your book launch, video promos of your books, video promo of your store links, and as many video promos of your digital products as possible. Bring some of these videos into your webinar and play them. If your webinar is long, like an hour, you can break it in two. After 30 minutes, play your video. Let it serve like a break point. While the video is playing, you can, stand up, go ease yourself or stretch a little bit and, refreshing yourself. For your audience too, it helps to, refreshing their mind. The video will take their minds away from the presentation for some time. They focus on the video, they get the information there, everybody stretches, yawns, and is refreshed, and then you continue. Okay. So videos help you break your presentation so that you can get some relief and breathe on fresh air and then continue. Sometimes also, maybe you are struggling with something before that thing downloads or something. You can play video to help you save the time. While that thing is struggling to download, play your video. Hopefully by the time your video is done playing, that thing is done present and downloading. Then you can go back to the stuff you are doing before. But you have killed two birds with one stone. The video is not aimless. In the process, it is advertising one digital product for the other that you have. Now, how do you insert videos into PowerPoint slides? Simple. You come to this tab here called Insert and click on it. And it will give you options to insert so many things like pictures, screenshots, photo album, charts, shapes, text box, spatial text, calendars, and all of that. But we are interested in this one here, video. One almost to the extreme right-hand side. Okay, because we want to insert the video. So click on it and it will ask you, where do you want this video from? Where do you have the video stored? Is it on your device or is it online? The video is on my device. I already know the storage where the video is, and it is on my desktop. So I'll go to desktop, look for the video. It should have a title so that you can easily locate the video. That's why it's good for you to always save your files with a name. And this is the video, 14 days digital bootcamp promo. See, promo, because I'm assuming I have a 14 days bootcamp. This is the video for one of the bootcamps we just concluded today, this Friday. So I want to promote it. Assuming it is still ongoing or it is yet to start, I'll bring it in because I want to promote the bootcamp. And this is it. So you see, it drops straight on the slide and the play button is here. And I'll just test run it to confirm that it is working. I can hear my audio. And I can see the video playing. Okay, so this is good. So I'm ready to go now. Okay, so I want to continue creating the other slides. Maybe in between, I want to play the video. By the time I get to slide 4, I want to play the video. Fine, and I have the video there now. Okay, now coming back to this, I still need this text. I still need the pictures. I still need this format. So what I will do is to click the text and then duplicate the slide. Okay, but remember, this slide 4 is actually supposed to be slide 5 because I'm continuing with my PowerPoint slide generation. But because I asked PowerPoint to duplicate the slide, it gave me the slide as the next very slide. There's no trouble. This is what you do. Touch slide number 4, and then I will click my mouse and hold the left button down. Then I will use my mouse to drag slide number 4 and drag it and drag it and drag it and bring it all the way below slide number 5. And as soon as it is in place, I let go my mouse. So now the video slide becomes slide number 4, and then the duplicated slide becomes slide number 5. So now I'm ready to go ahead and repeat the processes that I did for 1, 2, 3 on 5 so that I continue my content generation. So I go back to ChatGPT and I go to slide number 4. Slide number 4 will be slide number 5 on PowerPoint now. So I'll copy it, the title, come to the title. Okay, sorry, you see, I quickly pasted it without asking it to disregard the formatting. Good. And this is it, teaching practical coping skills. So my title is in place. I'll go back to my bullet point presentations, copy it, come to the PowerPoint and drop it there. Then of course, I'll work on my bullet points, separate each point with a paragraph. And there you go. It's good. Okay. But it looks a little small compared to the picture because these bullet points don't have much to say. So there's nothing wrong. I can simply increase the size, okay, so that it flows together with the picture. It means this size, this font size here is a bit smaller than this one here. This is 44, 43, and this is 44. Not too far from each other, so it's just okay. Next thing, I want to change the picture. So I'll go back to ChatGPT, pick the prompt for Gemini by highlighting it and copying it, and then I'll come to Gemini and I will drop the prompt there. I tell Gemini, all right, go ahead, create an illustration for me to go with this particular slide. If this is making sense so far, is something you think you will do, you agree that this presentation is better than most of your presentations, it guarantees that it will be friendly to people's eyes. Give me a 2 on the chat. Right? Okay, so I'm going to copy this. As soon as it's copied, I'll come back to my PowerPoint and drop it. and then I'll change the size or the dimension to 12.05. Then I will remove the picture here and pull this one to the side. And this is it. Okay, and this is it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. So you see, in less than how many minutes, I have 5 slides created already, and beautiful and relevant and interesting, well balanced, good to view, good to look at. Okay. So let's do some slide presentation from the first slide. Let's do a show and see. Okay, next slide, good. Next slide, good. The next one should be the video slide, I believe. Aha, good. And then I can move to the next slide. Perfect. All right. So this is how you create your PowerPoint slides for your webinar. Okay, one slide per I mean, you take your time and create one slide after the other, and you must do it well. Each slide must be done well. If you are getting tired, take a break. You go rest for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even take a short nap. Come back and continue, because you must create each slide very well. Insert videos where you need to. Okay? And the last thing I will do, we are not done with this. By next week, I'll show you some other things, how you can bring in animation into your PowerPoint to even make it more interesting. The last thing I'll do today is to show us how to insert transitions into our PowerPoint slide presentation. That is how you move from one slide to the next one in a very interesting way. Remember our show presentation. Watch this. If I move to the next slide, what happens? The next slide just appears. The third one just appears. Okay? But there's a way I can make this to transition from one slide to another in an animated way, so that my viewers will be wowed, and so that if they are even sleepy, once that animation starts, it wakes them up, because their mind will be like, I just saw something. And that is what you want. Keep them on suspense till you are done with your presentation, so that nobody sleeps off and misses your presentation. So what I'll do is to Control A and select all the slides, and then come to transition and look for an interesting one. I can change the transition from slide to slide. I can choose to keep the transitions across all slides. But today I'll keep one transition across all slides. So I'll look for one interesting one. Maybe dissolve. Let me pick dissolve. Did you see what happened? Did you see the thing like dissolving? All right. So let's see the effect very well. Let's start the slideshow again. So observe these black dots that came up and then disappeared, and then the slide came up for us to see. So by the time I ask PowerPoint to go to the next slide, the next slide will not just appear like before. Remember, before it will just come up, poof, but this one will melt into the next slide. Slide 1 will melt into slide 2. Slide 2 will melt or dissolve into slide 3. So watch this. See? Watch this again. Good. Okay. See? If I don't like this again, I will select all the slides and go look for another transition animation. I've never even used this before. So let's go back and see how this works. They call it honeycomb. Never used it before. Okay, see it. See it. You see graphics? So tell me, how can someone be watching your webinar presentation with all these graphics and then the person is sleeping? Going to be difficult. Okay? Keeps people's interest, sustains their interest. All right. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, members of the this 360 Inner Circle, this is how you create your PowerPoint for your webinars. Your webinar starts with a good poster, a good flyer design that is legible, clear, easy to read, and interesting. Interesting enough to catch somebody's attention. And when you come to the webinar presentation itself, your slides are friendly, your slides are sweet. They have transitions, interesting transitions from one slide to the other. Your title is bold, your bullet points are bold, you have relevant, clear pictures accompanying each slide presentation. And with that in place, trust me, your webinars are going to be interesting. People will come the first time they want to come, the second time they want to come a third time. Okay? And then your message will be passed very easily and effectively. So thank you for making it to the club today. Want to urge you to go in this confidence. Please continue doing your webinars and don't be discouraged, even if it is just 4 or 5 or 6 people that turn up. Just keep running your webinars weekly, twice a week. And before you know it, as long as you are passing relevant message, you start seeing your viewership increase. You start seeing more members coming into your webinars. So don't give up. Just keep doing what you are doing, and very soon we'll see you up there at the top. Thank you. My name is Joseph Sule, the District 60 Manager, and I'll see you some other time as we continue upscaling our digital business and our enterprise. Bye bye.